Very good afternoon to one and all. My heartfelt good evening to the chairperson, Dr. Upadhyay ji, and Dr. Kshitij as a moderator. My very warm good evening to all the resource person present over here. My very warm good evening to all the dear colleagues who are present over here, Dr. Pradeep Singh sir, Digvijay ji, Harvansh ji, Dr. Kesari Nandan Sharma, Dr. J.S. Ojha, to all these persons who are present over here, my very warm good evening to one and all. Now the topic which has been assigned to us, and this the topic of this session is reform in examination. Holistic means you can say reform in examination so far as legal profession is concerned. There are many topics and many points which have been introduced by many speakers who has already spoken in this particular point. And in very beginning, the beginner of this particular seminar was Dr. Upadhyay. He has introduced a particular concept, fairness in examination. This was a particular topic and this is a particular concept he has given in the very beginning. Fairness in examination. What does it mean? Fairness in examination? Examination pattern में अगर fairness लेना है, there are many components. There are many components. तो examination में अगर fairness लेना तो एक चीज को नहीं. We have to focus upon many aspects at the same time. For example, very first point, question paper. This is very important. Question paper. What are the contents of question paper? That is very important. What type of question we have asked? Whether or not that particular question paper have clarity to the students. Whether or not other aspect, other essential characteristic of question paper has been taken care of by the setter. I will discuss all those characteristics. Yes, these are the essential characteristics of a question paper in legal profession. But before that, question paper is one of the essential which introduce the fairness in examination. Apart from that, we have many other components. Classroom teaching. केवल क्वेश्चन पेपर बना देने से नहीं अच्छा सा फेयरनेस एग्जाम में हो जाएगा, क्लास में पढ़ाना भी पड़ेगा. And if you see the public funded institution in this country, there is a drawback in this particular point. Many of the teachers who abstain to taking classes in the classroom, they are doing many business except to take class in the classroom. So that is what a very big problem in public funded educational institution in our country. Over and above, we should take care of many other points like evaluation. बच्चा लिखता क्या है और हम पढ़ते क्या है. This is also very important. वो लिखता भी नहीं है और हम पढ़ते भी नहीं है. कैसे होगा एग्जामिनेशन में रिफॉर्म? तो पॉइंट इज उसको लिखना भी पड़ेगा, हमको पढ़ना भी पड़ेगा. तो कुछ भी लिखता है, he has written 3 hours. What he has written, we are not bothered to read. He is not bothered to read the question which has been asked to him, क्योंकि वो जानता है जो भी मैं लिख दूंगा गुरुजी हमको नंबर दे देंगे. तो if this lethargic method and this lethargic mindset which we have in our mind, अगर इसको हम change नहीं करेंगे, we cannot talk about reform in examination in legal profession. Friends, very frankly, let me tell you. So that is why these are the burning issue in legal profession. मैं बड़ा इसको frequently देखता हूँ. एक आध बार कभी-कभी क्या होता है, student has written only the question paper. 5 questions, question number 1 का आंसर, 5 क्वेश्चन उतार दिया, क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 का आंसर, all the 5 question he has given in answer, and that particular student has been passed by the examiner. Many times I have seen this thing. That is why I am telling this particular point. That was a particular instance which was in my front. तो ऐसे नहीं होगा यार रिफॉर्म. पढ़ना पड़ेगा, उसको लिखना पड़ेगा, जो हम पूछ रहे हैं वही उसको लिखना पड़ेगा. These are the points. Now question is question paper. My topic is reform in legal education through question paper setting. हमारा बड़ा स्पेसिफिक सा पॉइंट है. चूंकि all these points which has been referred by the source person, and that is why I would like to refer all these points. Now come to this particular point. Reform in legal education through question paper setting. Question paper जब हम set करते हैं, what are the basic components which must be taken care of? There are many components. Very first point is, where only? Very first point is clarity. Question paper के content में there must be clarity. Clarity means it must be readable, it should not be vague, it should be very specific. A student come to know what has been asked to him. So we should not blame only to the students. No, he has not written particularly. जो पढ़ के आया वही लिख दिया. नहीं, क्वेश्चन ये है कि जो हमने पूछा that is vague, that is not specific. If that is the point, क्या लिखेगा वो? जो पढ़ के आएगा वही लिखेगा. So our question paper should contain this particular point, very specific, it should not be vague, it should be easily understandable and relevant also. Question paper should be relevant. Relevant means our question paper must test three components of the student: memory, skill and knowledge. इन तीनों को टेस्ट करना है. ऐसा नहीं केवल नॉलेज को हमने टेस्ट कर लिया, पढ़ के आया और 3 घंटे में सब कुछ लिख दिया, वो उसका नॉलेज था जितना पढ़ के आ गया. स्किल, मेमोरी and knowledge, these are three components. So our question paper must be set by us as a setter, wherein we can examine the student as per his skill, as per his knowledge and as per his memory. Then only we can talk about fairness examination in legal profession. Point number next, objectivity and scope. Objectivity and scope. Objectivity and scope is also a particular component which must be there in the question paper, and there are many points, small points which I have written. Free from personal bias, no. What I think about a particular subject, that should not be the content of question paper, no. What should be the content of question paper, that should be there. What I think, question paper should refrain from, should free from personal bias, preconceived notion. हमारा माइंड सेट कुछ भी, हमारा थॉट प्रोसेस कुछ भी है, इट शुड नॉट बी रिफ्लेक्टेड इन द क्वेश्चन पेपर. A student to know how much to write in the answer, how much to write. Once I have asked a particular question which requires 5 pages, and that question I have asked for 10 marks. How it is possible he may conclude such a long question for 10 marks? So that is why what should be the length of his answer, that should also be reflected in the question paper. Point number next, purpose and intent. What is the purpose of examination? This is also very important. A question paper which has been asked in judicial services, a question paper which has been asked in academic purpose, there should be a big difference. Once Article 21 of the Constitution of India has been asked for judicial services, and same Article 21 of the Constitution of India has been asked in LLB examination, there should be drastic difference in the answer, and there must be. तो हमको mindset change करना पड़ेगा, हम किसकी कॉपी चेक कर रहे हैं और accordingly how to evaluate. Point number next, thought stimulation. This is also very important. Thought stimulation of the student. Our question paper must reflect and must compel the student for his thought stimulation. Thought stimulation, let me tell you one instance which I have faced. One was the question which has been asked in judicial services. Few months back, I was evaluating the main censor script of a particular judicial services, a particular public service commission. And question was critical evaluation of parliamentary democracy. That was what a question which has been asked in that question paper. Critical evaluation of parliamentary democracy. In last of the question, that student has written in one line, कहता है what is the meaning of democracy? कहता है democracy is the government which is for the people, of the people and by the people. For, he has written F-A-R. Of, he has written O-double-F. And by, he has written B-I. That is what the definition he has given. Government is for the people, of the people and by the people. In this way, he has critically evaluated the parliamentary democracy system in his answer. So this is what thought stimulation, what he think और कैसे वो reflect कर रहा है अपने answer में, this is also very important. So in this way, we should reform the legal education. Thought stimulation का content must be there in the question paper, and at the time of evaluation, we should read it and accordingly we should mark in that particular answer to that particular student. This is what the next point. Now come to next. Next is limiting the focus. Once we are asking the question in the question paper, being the question paper setter, our question paper should not inculcate multi dimensions. No, there must be unidirectional question in our question paper. Unidirectional. अगर दूसरा भी उसका कोई component है, let it be asked in next question. But ऐसा नहीं होगा एक ही question में there might be multi dimension. How a student can conclude in such a short span of time of half an hour all those dimensions in the single answer? So that is why question must be unidirectional. It should not be multi-directional. तो हम इसमें फिर रिफॉर्म की बात नहीं कर सकते. Next point is provide clear instruction. This is also very important. Sometimes instruction has been written at the top, but the instruction is very vague. And in examination hall only, all the students who are giving the examination, they consult to the invigilator. बोलते हैं सर इसमें से 4 में से कितना करना है, बिकॉज द इंस्ट्रक्शन विच हैज बीन रिटन एट द टॉप इट इज नॉट क्लियर। तो हैवक हो जाता है पूरे एग्जामिनेशन हॉल में, 4 में से कितना करना है। तो इंस्ट्रक्शन शुड बी वेरी क्लियर एट द टॉप, हाउ मेनी यू हैव टू अटेम्प्ट एंड व्हाट यू हैव टू राइट इफ देयर आर 4 ऑप्शनल इन पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन। पॉइंट नंबर नेक्स्ट, develop the scoring system. We should also have in mind at the time of setting the question paper scoring system. कैसा क्वेश्चन कितने नंबर का, दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। ऐसा नहीं कि वेरी बिग क्वेश्चन वी हैव आस्क्ड एंड दैट इज फॉर 10 मार्क्स, वेरी स्मॉल क्वेश्चन वी हैव आस्क्ड एंड दैट इज फॉर 20 मार्क्स, नो। तो स्कोरिंग सिस्टम मस्ट बी इन आवर माइंड एट द टाइम ऑफ सेटिंग ऑफ द क्वेश्चन पेपर, दिस इज ऑल्सो पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट। नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज use authentic and validated references. This is also very important. What we have referred in the classroom as a teacher, जब हम पढ़ाने जा रहे हैं तो what are the reference material which I have given to the student? Our question must be based on only upon that reference material. पढ़ाया कुछ भी नहीं और बड़ी बड़ी किताबों से क्वेश्चन सेट कर दिया, we cannot talk about reforming examination in legal profession. The first legitimate duty of the teacher is he must give the reference material and the question which has been asked to the teacher only from that reference material. This is also a point. Next point is more applied and less theoretical question. This is also very important. In law, we are very lethargic and we have set the question paper which is easy to us. One of the resource person was talking, only within few minutes we set the 5 questions. क्यों ऐसा होता है? क्योंकि हमको जल्दी से बना के आगे बढ़ना है ना। 900 रुपया मिलेगा, 900 रुपया में आधा घंटा लगाएंगे, इससे ज्यादा नहीं लगाएंगे। दिस शुड नॉट बी दी ड्यूटी ऑफ अ पर्टिकुलर टीचर, नो। वी शुड कीप इन माइंड मोर अप्लाइड लेस थ्योरेटिकल। इट मीन्स देयर मस्ट बी एटलीस्ट 70:30 रेशियो, 70% प्रॉब्लम बेस्ड क्वेश्चन, 30% is only theoretical question. Then only student will attend the class. One of the resource person is talking from here. Student who attend less classes, they are getting more marks. And the student who are attending more classes, they are getting less mark. Why it is so? Because the question pattern is very lethargic. कुछ भी लिख देगा, हम बढ़िया नंबर दे देंगे, क्लास करे चाहे ना करे. Why it is so? Why not we are asking the question in such a way which is very scientific in nature? Mathematics है ना, physics है ना, chemistry है ना. If a student who has not attended the class, pass हो जाएगा, fail हो जाएगा. But in law we are too lethargic. सब पास हो जाएंगे. कितने फेल होते हैं बताइए एलएलबी में? आई एम एट दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी एंड हियर आई एम स्टैंडिंग इन सच अ प्रेस्टिजियस लॉ कॉलेज बनारस लॉ स्कूल. कितने फेल होते हैं? हमको अंगुली पे देख सकते हैं, कोई नहीं फेल होता, सब पास हो जाते हैं. इसका मतलब क्या है? It means this point is very important. At Delhi University, I am feeling this thing by proud. At Delhi University, we have this pattern 60:40. At least 60% question must be problem-based question. This is what the instruction. Or problem-based question है, those question is to be asked from case material, from the fact of the cases. और उसमें many small issue which has been raised in the question paper. Unless and until student has attended the class, he cannot give the rational answer of that particular question. Fail हो जाएगा. 30% लोग fail होते हैं, 70% ही pass होते हैं. ये pattern है हमारे यहाँ. तो at least we should inculcate this particular point, more problem based question and less theoretical question. तब तो हम इसको legal science कहेंगे, और नहीं तो फिर ये science नहीं बनेगा, फिर ये जैसा है ना ऐसे ही चलेगा. और next point is entire course coverage. This is also very important. ऐसा नहीं कि जो टॉपिक हमको अच्छा लग रहा है बस उसी से हमने क्वेश्चन सेट कर दिया. नो, there must be entire course coverage in the question paper. If there are 12 units and there are 6 questions, we have to keep in our mind all those 12 units must be reflected in 6 questions. Then only we can compel the student to read holistically. नहीं तो वो भी ना छांट करके पढ़ेगा और उतना ही आंसर देगा और अच्छे से पास हो जाएगा बिना पढ़े लिखे. तो reform in examination invite us कि at the time of setting of the question paper, these are the legitimate duty of the paper setter, and over and above अगर कोई गलती पेपर सेटर से हो जाती है, then legitimate duty of the moderator, he must reform all these things. और इसको ठीक करके क्वेश्चन पूछे. अगर क्वेश्चन बढ़िया पूछा जाएगा, रिफॉर्म एग्जामिनेशन में हो जाएगा, क्लास में पढ़ाना भी पड़ेगा. तो these are the many points so far as question paper setting is concerned. Thank you very much, and this is my proud privilege to have a short introduction with such a august gathering, and this is matter of pride for me. We are speaking here at my alma mater, from where I have completed my LLB and LLM. So for this opportunity, I congratulate all the organizing member of the Faculty of Law, Banaras Hindu University, for such a wonderful you can say opportunity. So thank you all. Thank you.